this is still a voiceover. I'm just gonna be blocking every single voice sound except the mode of Subnautica, because in this video I will be explaining all the story of Subnautica. So let's get. I am playing Subnautica. I'm gonna be explaining the story. So you're on a ship heading towards a planet. You're on a ship heading towards a planet with. You are on a ship heading towards. You're on a ship heading towards an alien planet, not knowing what's on the planet. So the ship comes closer to its surface and starts seeing, and suddenly a laser hits the side of the ship, causing its fuel tank to combust. So this immediately leads for all of the people to try to evacuate, but sometimes things don't go out as planned. And in the process, the laser gun broke it down and is heading right to destroy it. And it started to and the pilot aimed for shallow spots and it crashed. I'll explain on life pods in a second. And your life pod was life pod 5, and you crashed on an alien world with only limited supplies of food. So you had to hunt your own food. And in the process, when you were knocked out, because that thing fell off the electricity wire and busted down the lights, it banged off the chair, then the other chair, then hit you in the face, knocking you out conscious for 4 hours. In that 4 hours when you were asleep, those other life pods, those signals just reached you when you woke up. So, and most people died when you were getting materials or when you were unconscious. So, let me explain. Life Pod 1 was in on the bale of the dunes biome, and the people survived, but fortunately the Reaper Leviathan shattered the everything's keeping everything up because they're full of air. Then they were stuck there in it, and they had limited supplies of stuff. And while they were one of them actually decided to go out, and that was the terriblest idea of their life. That cost them their lives, because it cost them their lives, because you know what happened in Subnautica? All the crews died, so then he went out, they got eaten, swallowed by Leviathan, while one was sinking to the bottom of the dunes. Number 2, Life Pod 2, though, was gone down and died from bone shark attack. All of a sudden, they went out. In the process, their electricity fuel went out, and then they started sinking, and a bone shark flipped open and broke off a piece of their ship. Then it started sinking, and they got eaten alive by electric eels. Life Pod 3 was in the track of a safe zone called the Kelp, which only has one thing that attacks you. The stalker, only if you encounter fresh fish, those little pieces of they are so annoying in first playthroughs. What you say? Oh, hi, what's that little eye out there? You know what? Never mind. And these 4 were gash big in. They smelled metal and tried to rip metal off. They were ripping metal off They were ripping metal off. They're unfortunately and he unfortunately died because the stalkers ripped open their thing and started attacking them. They had no things to fight it off, and they did survive for a bit. They went into the grassy zone, found Life Pod 6, I'll explain that in a bit, and unfortunately died. Life Pod. And they were very okay. Let's just get to the main story. Life Pod 6, 8, and 9 were attacked by sand sharks, and 6 too, and got ripped and eaten alive. Okay. Life Pod 11 got thrown into the void, and unfortunately, their oxygen wiped them out. Not the ghost, but they died better the way than what you're supposed to. I know. And only 502 people died, and there were 64 people left on the. There were around 604 people left on the actual Aurora. And then it exploded. When it crashed and exploded, those people died. And 2 people survived. You and someone who landed in the void, expecting Life Pod 16, then other Life Pods never had time to get launched up to Life Pod 24. Never got launched. And then she landed in the void, surviving on a Reaper Leviathan, and glided herself to the north part of Subnautica. And you, on the other hand, once she reached the top, you escaped back to Earth. Now, this takes place in Subnautica below zero. Okay? Subnautica below zero. So, okay? So, now you are trying to look for your sister and ended up going on a previous ship, and in the thing you crash landed, not on accident, on purpose, and the meteor shower knocks your shower and life pod was destroyed or sea base. Unfortunately, there was so much color above. And this was so. This is the start of life. So whatever. Now you're the only one on this ship. I got launched, and I well, this thing will stop in a second now, and you will be. And this is the start of Subnautica Below Zero. This is the end of the season. You'll see you in the next one. Peace.